Today I want to talk about a previous me, a previous life, a previous time. I shared a post on social media and to those on my newsletter, and the response so far has been incredible. So many of you guys are reaching out and being like, oh my God, like, that's me. And I want to just share a few things about what my life used to look like and what it is now. And that anything that I do or have done is totally possible for you. I hate when people are like, well, I'm nobody special. Like, yeah, I'm fucking special. And so are you. Okay? You can do great things in this world. You don't have to pretend like, oh, it's no big deal, or like minimize your success, or like feel bad about talking about things. Like, you are unique, you are special, and you deserve to live a life that makes you happy, that lights your soul on fire. Okay? But I wasn't always there. And if you want to read the post, head on over to my Instagram. It's there, Sasha.Davis. I'm sure you guys know this by now. But I remember a time where let's take a step back. Before even at that point, I was always a shithead growing up. I was always in and out of trouble. But I always wanted more for myself, and I was always questioning things. I was always challenging things. I just didn't take things for face value. I always wanted to know the deeper, why do our brains work that way? Why do we do the things we do? Why do we sabotage our own success? Why do we minimize our success? Why do we try to fit ourselves into a box that doesn't really work for us? And so one thing that was kind of my aha moment this last weekend was that, I've always tried to fit myself into this box, and I know that that's not me. I don't fit into a box. There's hardly words to describe what it is that I do and who I am as a person. I find that a lot of people are like, she's just Sasha. Sasha's just an adjective. And so I'm okay with that. I get that, and I'm learning to accept that. But I come from a very, how do I want to say this? I was really angry. I had a chip on my shoulder. I was constantly pissed off. The thought of hanging out with women made me cringe. I thought that women were evil. All they did was stab you in the back and talk bad about you, because that's the relationships that I had majority of the time. I mean, there's a handful of women in my life who are truly amazing humans, but working at corporate or going to college or even in high school, fuck, man, those were some hard times. So I was always one to hang out with the dudes. But then if I hung out with the dudes, I was a slut, even though I wasn't having sex with people. It was you can't win, right? And so you kind of fall into this deep dark hole of who am I and where do I fit? Where am I people? And so I just kept saying to myself, no, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Just keep doing the next right thing, check off the boxes, find a guy, get a house, have a big wedding, get married, go on a honeymoon, find a corporate job, climb the ladder, have success, and you'll be happy. Except for I wasn't. And each time I followed those societal norms, and don't get me wrong, I love my husband. I don't really like my house anymore. I'll be honest there. I'm trying to sell it. I love my kids, and I love my life now. There's a few things that I want to change, but change doesn't happen overnight. It's from continuous action. But I remember being at this job and just feeling tied down. I was working, they say 8 hours is a work day. Bullshit. It says 8 hours on paper, but for those of you who are overachievers like me, you know that you can't get all that shit done in 8 hours. So you end up working 10 hours, you end up working 12 hours, you end up answering emails and phone calls all of the time. There's no sleep, and then you're supposed to be a mom and a wife, and you're supposed to run a household and take care of all these animals. And don't get me wrong, I love the animals, but they feel like a burden, after you've worked your ass off. And so then you grow angry and you go bitter, and then people are like, oh, well, you need therapy because you're angry and you're bitter. Except for you can't go to a therapist because mental health is frowned upon. And so then you do go to a therapist, and then you figure out all the shit that you don't want to, you go back in your past, and you feel like you're just there to vent and there to bitch, and you're not really gaining any momentum. And don't get me wrong, there is a time and a place for therapy. But then I was like, I'm sick of living in the past. What's next? Like, how do I create the life that I want to live? Like, I don't want to live in the past. I know the things that I've done aren't great. How do I move on from this? And so that's what I'm doing today. Just know that the Sasha that you see right now is a very different Sasha 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And it starts by doing the inner work. It starts by really getting out of your own way, getting out of your own head, and learning to use the tools like energy work or law of attraction or community and connection and all of these other different personal development tools, and actually implementing them and having people hold you accountable, doing the uncomfortable thing. Like, I never used to cry. I thought crying was for sissies. But you know what? If you don't let that shit out every now and then, it just builds and builds and builds until one day you explode. And on who? It's probably on somebody that you love that's closest to you. And so I just want to put it in perspective that if I can do it, you can do it too. And that's my offer to you guys. I have opened enrollment for my upcoming coaching program, my mastermind. And what this looks like is it's 6 months. You're going to have some one-on-one work. You're going to have some group work. There's going to be community connection. There's going to be guidance. There's going to be step-by-step. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to expect a lot from you in return. I want you to show up for yourself. I want you to dive 2 feet in. I don't want any half-assers. I want to work with people who really want to make change and are willing to get out of their own way and make the life, create the life, manifest the life of their dreams. And not that I don't want you to feel like that's overwhelmed, right? I want you to know that I want what's best for you always, always, always. And so that's where baby steps come in, right? We don't have to be this all or nothing person. We don't have to be this go, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. I just had somebody email me the other day and she's like, I'm sure you're busy. And I'm like, nope, not messaging you back. I was like, I'm an active person. I live a full life because I choose all the things that go on my calendar. I am not busy. I am not doing busy work. I am not doing work that doesn't fulfill me. I am living an active, full life. And it's because I chose everything that goes on that calendar. It fills my cup. It does not deplete me. So there's a difference between living an active life and a busy life. Okay. So take a look where you're at right now. And if you can say with utmost confidence that you're happy, healthy, abundant, money flows to you freely, you manifest all the things in your life, you know how to call yourself out and get out of your own way, then maybe this isn't for you. But if you're looking for your tribe, if you're one of those women who's like, I want to find other women like me, like I used to hang out with the guys, like I want to get out, like I'm really self-sabotaging myself, or I want to learn how to level up, I want to learn law of attraction and energy work and crystals and all of these things, then this program is for you. It is absolutely 100% for you. We're going to talk all things manifestation, abundance, wealth mindset, business, career, manifestation, energy work. All of those things are all amazing tools to help you have a mind, body, spirit that is in alignment with how you want to operate in this world, how you want to show up for yourself. Because let's be honest, if you don't show up for yourself, how are your kids going to show up for themselves? Okay, monkey see, monkey do. So this is me calling you out in a sense. I want to work with you. I want to help you be the best version of you. So this is the last chance to work with me in this capacity through the rest of this year. Okay, there won't be another opportunity like this until spring of 2021. So if you're sitting on the fence and you're like, man, I really, really want to work with Sasha, let's find a way to make it happen. Set aside your excuses and let's book a phone call. Okay. You can head on over to my Instagram. There's a link in my bio. You can head on over to sashadavis.com. Hell, you can message me on Instagram. There's a million ways to get a hold of me, guys. You know how to get a hold of me. Message me on Facebook. Message me on Instagram. Send an email to my support team, support@sashadavis.com. There is ways to get a hold of me, and I am a human, and I just want to show you what's possible. And if I'm not the right fit for you, I will make recommendations on where to start, okay? It's not just going to be like this weird, like salesy call where I'm like, yeah, buy my program, and then you never hear from me again. Like, no, I don't operate like that. I've actually been in one of those programs. I won't rat the person out, but I've been in one of those programs and I have been duped. And that is why I am so passionate about what I'm doing. So what you see is what you get. There is no hidden agenda here. And if you've seen the people that I've worked with, you can see how far they've come in such a short amount of time. And I will give you references and I will let you talk to those people who I've worked with. I have nothing to hide. Okay. I have absolutely nothing to hide. They will share share their stories, they will share their struggles, they will share their success, and they will tell you what it's really like to work with me. So this is me inviting you to be a part of my community, to be a part of something better, because I know deep down that you are made for more and that anything is possible that you set your mind to. Anything is possible. And I want to be that person that helps you see that. I would be so honored to be a part of your journey if you allow me into your circle. So this is me inviting you again into my community. Please, please, please reach out. I will be talking to people all through October. And if money's an issue, if time's an issue, if partner's an issue, I will help you find the money. I will help you create the time, and I will talk to your partner. I've talked to husbands before. I've talked to boyfriends before. I've talked to same-sex partners before. I've talked to moms before. I am not opposed to having a conversation with anybody. Invite them to the call. That's totally fine. I am here for you. I am showing up for you so that you can show up for yourself. And it's just going to be the ripple effect. Think of how fucking cool this world would be if we all made the time and space for ourselves to be happy, abundant, joyous, healthy human beings. Think of how freaking cool this place would be. So that's what I got for you guys today, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks for listening to the Sasha Davis podcast. For more information on personal and professional development, we've created a master list of all of the resources discussed in the podcast and the blog. So head on over to sashadavis.com/resources for our full list.